guys, what is up? If you are new to my channel, my name is Fayy Lenee. Welcome. If you are not new to my channel, if you're an OG, you guys already know what it is. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video and hanging out with me for another product review. So for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a foundation for you guys, and it's going to be the BECCA Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream Foundation. This is a product with a lot of claims, and today I'm going to be putting them all to the test. You guys know, if you've been watching my channel, that I do have very oily skin, and this product claims to be a 24-hour foundation that will last throughout the storm, girl. So we are going to test it. I'm going to be doing a wear test for you guys, showing you guys how I apply the product to my skin, and then also checking in with you guys throughout the day to show you how the product to show you guys how the product wore on my skin. So before we jump into the video, if you guys are new, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel down below. You guys, I'm sure, are already familiar with how to do this, but there is a red button down below that you can click on to subscribe to my channel. Also, be sure that you turn on your notifications because YouTube continues to play us. So just make sure that you click that bell. It's free. It'll only take you a second. Make sure that you turn on your notifications so that you will know whenever I post a new video. I have a lot of content coming for you guys. We've started vlogging, and I have a lot of other beauty related videos coming for you guys. So be sure that you turn that bell on so that you will be notified anytime that I upload new content. If you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you are interested in seeing a review and wear test on the BECCA Ultimate Coverage Foundation, then please continue to watch. Alright guys, so before I jump into the demo and actual wear test of the product, I did want to share with you guys a couple of specifics about the product just so that you guys will know what the claims are before I get into actually reviewing it. So this is a product that claims to be a 24-hour full coverage water resistant foundation. It claims to be enriched with intense pigments and water to achieve natural weightless coverage without the cake. So I will go ahead and tell you guys up front, this foundation is very thick when you apply it to the skin. I will talk a little bit more about that in the demo, but they do let you know up front that it is an intense pigment foundation. They don't necessarily say that it's thick. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin though, but girl, it is thick, okay? So just letting you know up front. But it's supposed to, even though it is a thicker full coverage foundation, still give you that natural weightless coverage without a cakey look to the skin. This foundation does retail for $44, which I know is expensive. I was lucky enough to receive this product from BECCA and Octoly to try out and review for you guys. Octoly is not new to my channel. I have mentioned them to you guys before. I always have a link to them down below in my description. It's basically just a site where different brands will post products that are available for people to apply, to receive and review. So I will of course have a link for you guys down below if it's something that you guys are interested in. But this baby does retail for $44 at your local Ulta or Sephora store. So just letting you know, she is a little bit expensive, but she does come in 24 different shades, and there are lots of different undertones, from warm to neutral to cool to just lots of different undertones for you to choose from. So I found that definitely helpful because every undertone isn't going to work for everybody. So I like when foundations do come in different undertones so that you can really try to pick the one that is going to match your skin tone the best. It does also come with a pump, so they get major points for that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all of the things that I wanted to mention about this foundation. Let me just make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's all that I wanted to share with you guys as far as the details about the foundation. So let's go ahead and jump into the demo and wear test, and then I will be back at the end to give you guys my overall review. Alright guys, so as you can see, my skin is completely bare right now. I do have my eye makeup on and my brows on because I am in the midst of filming a little bronzy makeup tutorial for you guys. So stay tuned for that if it is not already up. But I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into skin. I want to show you everything that I'm putting on my face prior to the foundation so that you can know what products I did put on there that may or may not affect the wear of the foundation throughout the day. So before I started my eyes and my brows, I did moisturize my skin with the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. I really like this little moisturizer. It's more of a moisturizer for me than it is a primer, but I just applied that all over my skin before I started my eyes so that it could really soak into the skin. And next up, I'm going to go ahead and prep my skin with the Scandinavia Primer Spray. And then next up, I'm going to go in with two primers. I'm going to go in with a blurring primer and with a mattifying primer. So first up, I'm going to use the Cover FX Blurring Primer. And I'm just going to squeeze out about a pea-sized amount of that and really press it into my skin in the areas where I have large pores. And then I also like to take it on my forehead just to fill in any fine lines that I may have up there. And then also on my smile lines. And then right on top of that, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. And I'm pretty much just going to put this all over my entire face. So next up, really quickly, underneath my eyes, I'm just going to color correct these dark circles. I'm using the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. And I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes and blend it out. And I did go ahead and do that just because I won't be putting foundation underneath my eyes, so I figure it won't really impact this video one way or another. And I am pre-filming a couple of other videos, so I'm trying to have my face snatched. So I went ahead and did a little bit of color correcting underneath my eyes. And then last but not least, before the foundation, I am going to set all of my primers with my Cover FX Matte Setting Powder. I do have very, very oily skin, so this is my normal foundation routine. And I wanted to show you guys my normal routine, my everyday routine, so that you can see like how I'll truly be applying this foundation and whether or not it works on my skin the way that I normally apply foundations in my foundation routine. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over my face, and then we'll get into the foundation. Alright, so now that our skin is prepped, we are ready to jump into the foundation. So as you guys know, I'm going to be reviewing the BECCA Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. I have the shade Tobacco, and then I also have a little sample of the shade Amber. I think that Amber may actually be my better shade, but I have been mixing them because I do think Tobacco would be a good shade for me in the summer whenever I'm out in the sun and getting a little bit of a tan, a little bit darker. I think Tobacco is still a good shade for me, but I did go ahead and pick up a sample of Amber to test out, and we'll probably go and pick up the actual full size of this shade. And just as a side note, BECCA did come out with new packaging, so the foundations actually now come out in a glass, really pretty packaging. I will insert a picture for you guys so that you can see what it looks like in case you decide to go to the store and pick it up. But I am working with the old packaging, which does have a pump, which is always a plus, you guys already know. So what I'm going to do, and if you're familiar with my channel, you guys already know the drill with how I do this. I'm just going to pump the foundation out onto a concealer brush, apply it to my face, and then blend it out with a foundation brush. And just for reference, this shade right here is the shade Tobacco. This one and the third one, and then these two in the middle and on the bottom are the shade Amber. So you can kind of see it's just slightly darker, but the shade Tobacco is just slightly darker. But once I go in with all my powders and stuff, I do find that it is a little too dark for my current skin tone. So I'm just going to mix them together. And to blend it out, I'm using the Morphe M444 blending brush. Now, I'm not going to blend this out with a beauty blender because this foundation is very thick, like very thick. So I mean, it's definitely full coverage, but it is thick, girl. So I like to really buff and blend this in with a brush so that I can really press it into the skin. And then once I have it placed, you know, pretty good where I want it, I'll go in with the beauty blender just to smooth everything out. Alright guys, so I came in just a little bit closer so you guys can see. This is what my skin is looking like. Now that I have the foundation applied to my face, my skin looks flawless, literally, like it just looks flawless. This foundation is super full coverage. I could have probably gone in with another layer right in this area, but I am going to be applying concealer there, so I'm not going to cake it on too much in that area, but the rest of my face looks completely flawless. This foundation has beautiful coverage. Like I said, it is thick, but with all the products that I put down before I put the foundation on, my skin kind of has like a natural glow happening. It's like matte, but it has a natural kind of glow still happening from the foundation. But once I set it and everything, it'll be completely matte and I'll be good to go, which is just the way I prefer it. Alright guys, so I just finished getting dressed for the day. This is what my skin is looking like. Of course, you guys know I'm wearing the BECCA 24-hour full coverage foundation. I mixed the two shades, Tobacco, which is now Maple, and Amber, and this is what it's looking like. Pretty flawless, if I do say so myself. So we have a couple of errands that we're going to be running throughout the day today, so I will be checking back in with you guys. It is currently 12:45, so this is what we're looking like. 12:45, very matte, flawless skin. I don't know if I should try to, oh, I was gonna try to turn the exposure down for you guys, but it's on auto, so we're not gonna do that. But yeah, this is what we're looking like. Just wanted to check in with you guys. 12:40, 12:45. So I'll check back in a little bit later and show you guys how everything is looking. Hey guys, so real quick, I just wanted to come outside and do a quick little check-in for you guys on my foundation. The lighting inside isn't really that good, so I figured I would come outside real quick and check in. I'm trying to get in the light, but not too much light because I want y'all to be able to see. Okay, let's get right there. So as you can see, what time is it? I put this on at 12:45. It is now 6:50, so that's basically 6 hours. And this is what I'm looking like. Still looks good. A little bit shiny in this area here, my T-zone area, which it tends to get a little bit shiny there. But for the most part, the product hasn't moved at all. I did slightly touch up about 3 hours ago right around my nose area, because if I don't touch up there, then it will start to break up a little bit. I just kind of dabbed like a napkin over that area. But as you can see, it's getting a little bit oily here, but nothing too terrible. Still looks good. So I'm gonna go inside real quick and just like dab off the oil with a paper towel and then add a translucent powder on top, and then I'll come back outside to show you guys how it looks. I'm sorry, the lighting inside is just really terrible, so I'm gonna go inside and do that and then come back out and show you guys how it looks after I did that. Okay, I'm back. The light is actually a little bit better over here, so you guys can see without like such a strong sunlight on my face. But yeah, I went, nope. There we go. Okay, so I went inside like I said, and I just took like 2 squares of toilet paper and I literally just pressed in this area on my nose and on my forehead to dab off the oil. And then I took the Soap and Glory mattifying translucent setting powder and I just dabbed over those areas that were getting a little bit oily, and this is what we are looking like. Close up on the skin. It still looks pretty good. I also noticed when I went inside and looked in the mirror that it was creasing up just a little bit here. You can see a little bit right here, but literally nothing terrible. I've seen much worse with foundations reacting to my oil. So far so good. This is 6 hours in and it's pretty much still exactly where I placed it. Color still looks good, finish still looks good, face still looks flawless, and I was able to mattify my skin without it breaking up or moving around at all. It still looks really good. So I'm gonna continue wearing it. Obviously, I'm over here at my parents' house. We are vlogging, so you'll probably see this video before you see the vlog. But we're over here at my mom's and she's cooking out. Right, okay, this isn't working out, but basically there's a grill over there. Oh, there we go, right there. And she's cooking out, so I'm gonna pretty much have this on for another several hours. So I'll check back in with you guys later on and let you see how everything is looking. All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my final check-in of the day. It's currently 8:30 and this is what we're looking like. Pretty much been on my face for about 8 hours, which is about how long I would normally wear a foundation. And who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, mama.
That's Hugs back there, and Grandma. But this is what we're looking like right now. It's starting to get a little bit oily again in this area. You can kind of start to see a little bit of my texture, and it's starting to break up a little bit more around my smile lines, but for the most part it's held up pretty good. I would probably go in and touch up again at this point. It's been about 2 hours, but I'm just hanging out over here with my family, so I'm probably not really going to worry about it. But I wanted to make sure that I came back in and did another check-in for you guys so that you can see what it's looking like. And yeah, so that's 8 hours of wear, touched up one time, looking pretty good. Alrighty guys, so I am back. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me apply the foundation to my face and also the wear test that I did throughout the day, the other day. It is a little bit difficult for me to, like right now, it's almost 11 o'clock at night while I'm filming this video, so I did have to do the wear test on a separate day and film that with my vlog camera. So hopefully you guys do not mind that. But I mean, it was obviously the exact same foundation. I applied it the same way. I used the same routine and I used the same product, so you know, it is, I mean, it's basically the same thing, just on a different day. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into my overall thoughts and review about this product. Funny thing about this foundation is I actually purchased this foundation a long time ago, like probably maybe over a year ago. I purchased this foundation, and I purchased it because I had the BECCA Shine Proof foundation, which I do really like and do recommend if you're looking for a foundation that will help to control your oil but isn't quite as thick as this one. Again, this does not feel heavy on my skin at all, but this is full coverage, okay? Full coverage. The Shine Proof foundation is still meant for oily skin, but it is not as full coverage. It's more of a medium to buildable full coverage. So just wanted to throw that out there. But when I initially picked up this foundation about a year or so ago, I tried it out and I did not like it. I think I may just, I don't know, like sometimes you try out products and you don't like them, and then you come back to them a couple of weeks or a couple of months or a year in this case later, and you love them. I absolutely love this foundation. I don't know, like I said, what happened when I tried it out before. I did not like it. I bought it with my own money and I took it back to the store. But for whatever reason, when I tried it out this time, I do really like it. I think that my skin is in a different place from where it was back then. And I think over the course of the year, I've just learned more about makeup application, foundation application, skin prep, skin care, all of that kind of stuff. And I just find that this foundation wears so nicely on my skin now in comparison to how it did before. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys have products that you've tried out and you want to love and you just, for whatever reason, cannot get with it, just sit it to the side. I do this all the time. Just sit it to the side, wait a couple weeks, and then come back to it, and you may end up liking it later on down the line. So let's just run down a few of the claims of the foundation and all of that good stuff. So first of all, I did mention in the beginning that the foundation does retail for $44. That is expensive, but you do get 1 fluid ounce, which I think is pretty typical for foundation. So yeah, do I think it's worth the price? I would say yes. If you are someone that has very, very, very oily skin like me, not combination, not, oh, I get a little oily in my T-zone. No, girl. If you are super oily like me, I find that I have to invest in products that are going to help to keep me matte. Like, that's just the end of the story. If I had, you know, combination skin or normal skin, then I might be able to let certain things slide. But for me, I have found that skincare and the products that I'm actually putting on my face, I will spend a little bit of extra money on that because I just have, I mean, I don't have to, but I find that when I use better quality products, it makes a difference in the overall look of my makeup and the overall wear of my makeup throughout the day. So although this product is expensive, I do think if you are oily, it is worth the price, in my opinion. Now, I think that this foundation could also work for you if you are normal. I'm not sure about if you have dry skin, but if you are normal to combination skin, I think this foundation could also work for you. If you have dry skin, I would encourage you to maybe pick up a sample of it at Sephora and try it out, or maybe just make sure that your skin is very moisturized, or maybe use a beauty oil or something like that with it, just so that it's not super mattifying on your skin. As you guys saw in the demo, it did kind of have like a demi matte finish to it, even with all of my skin prep like mattifying products that I applied to my face. Before I set it with powder, it did have more of a demi matte finish to it. So for that reason, I feel like it could work with a couple of different skin types. But if you are oily, I would highly recommend that you use a mattifying primer and that you mattify your skin and that you set it with a powder and all of whatever your normal foundation routine is to help to control those oils throughout the day. Now, I didn't go swimming or anything like that with this foundation, so I did not test whether or not it was waterproof. But that particular day, I was out barbecuing and cooking out and just out in the elements, in the sun and stuff like that, sweating and all of that kind of stuff. And as you guys saw, I did touch up a little bit about halfway through the day, and the product still looked amazing on my skin. It sat really nicely on the skin. It touched up nicely. It didn't move or break up. It did kind of start to break up a little bit in my smile lines, but overall it wore really nicely throughout the day. Now, of course, it claims to be a 24-hour foundation, and girl, ain't nobody about to have foundation on for 24 hours. I would say for my skin, and you guys probably saw this a little bit in the demo because the third time I checked in, I think, you could kind of see that it was kind of starting to get a little bit more oily and just a little bit more, like, it started to look more worn on the skin. But I would give this foundation a strong 6 hours. If you have very, very oily skin, I would give it a strong 6 hours of like flawless, you know, flawless looking with at least one touch up at some point in that time frame. And I would give it an 8 hour, but about the 8 hour mark is when it's gonna start looking like you've had it on for 8 hours. So it doesn't look bad or anything like that, but I did notice that once I kind of got around that 8 hour mark, it did kind of start looking like my oils were starting, my oils were starting to seep through a little bit more, and you could just kind of start to see a little bit more of the texture of my skin and all of that kind of stuff just from being out in the elements and wearing the foundation all day long. So overall, I think that this is a great product, a great foundation. If you're looking for a foundation and you have very oily skin, I would recommend this foundation for you. It wore very nicely for me, and I would definitely repurchase it again. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to try it back out because when I tried it the first time, like I said, I didn't really like it. But I'm glad that I gave it another try because now I definitely wear it much more often than I did when I purchased it the first time, and I really do like this for like an everyday foundation because I'm just a full coverage girl, you guys. Like, if I'm gonna put makeup on my face, I'm trying to be beat to the gods. Like, I'm just a full coverage kind of girl. So this is a foundation that I would wear on a regular basis. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I have to say for the review of this product. I give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot, helps me to get my video out to more people that might be interested in a review on this foundation for oily skin. If you have not already, be sure to click the button down below to subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you check out the vlogs that we have been posting. We have lots of those coming for you guys this summer. So if you did not know that I have been vlogging, so make sure that you check those out. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to share with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon in my next one.